See, yoga is basically a path towards liberation. That yes, physical aspect of asana is there, but the word yoga doesn't mean asana. The origin of yoga came from Hiranyagarbha. Vairagya doesn't mean that you leave everything and be a sannyasi. Dukha prapti, dukha nivritti again comes here.
Content ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದರೆ like, share and subscribe ಮಾಡಿ.
Yes, Priya. Having understood yoga is something beyond just a physical activity, for a practitioner like me or a youngster who is understood yoga in terms of the asanas and pranayama and happy doing it, what would be your message to them?
First thing, are you living a stress-free life just by doing asana and pranayama? Yeah, pranayama, I agree. It calms your nervous system. Even asana will do that. Okay. What about this 1 hour practice on the mat? You limit yourself to that 1 hour practice. You don't go more deeper. Okay, after 1 hour I did my practice, now I'm going home, how am I feeling? Am I getting angry? Am I stress free? Is any thought disturbing me? Have you ever observed about that? No, you just take this as on the mat practice. Why can't it be off the mat practice also? See, for physical activity, in that way I would say, you instead of asanas, you can go for a long walk. You can go for swimming, you can go for jogging, gym especially, strength training, and yes, that is very much needed also, I would say. I would highly say that sometimes after a certain age, you should start your strength training, especially women, okay? But remember, asana, why? For stability, for endurance, okay? So the question to this generation and people who are just limiting themselves to asanas, I would say, what is it giving you at the end of the day? Reflect on this. What is it giving you at the end of the day? See, I'm not saying don't practice and no. Asanas are a must. Every day you should have certain set of time, in your day for asana practice, for pranayama practice. Then you get into your guided meditation practice. So it is at you can say physical level, okay, mental level, spiritual level, you can say. You can even say emotional, like from mental, emotional level, your energy level. Are you seeing how your energy is throughout the day? Because it's not about time all the time. It's even about energy all the time. Right? So this I would like to say that they need to understand what it is. No, you love asana, go for an asana practice. But don't say that you are doing yoga practice. I practice yoga asanas. This is what I love and this is what I'm doing. And if you're happy, satisfied, content, at the end of the day, that is taking you towards your inward journey, be it absolutely fine. There are many yogasana practitioners, teachers who are only with asanas, and yes, they have gone inward through asana practices also, right? So, but what is it giving you at the end of the day? It matters. And a small message, like, please don't call it as yoga practice. We can change the term to yogic practices, because there are varieties of practices for us, okay? And whatever you love among them, you can pick one and you can completely stick to that one thing. It's absolutely fine.
So understanding all these things, if a person is in his busy schedule, he can't spare certain duration of time, just for a practice. Or a person like me, who is lazy, who may not be interested in a physical practice. Do we have any other means of attaining yoga? Maybe the stability of
Why
mind.
not?
How?
See, for your physical practice, go for walks. I would say don't stop your physical practices, go for long walks. Focus
Or
on
even there are people, probably physically challenged, weak at their physical level, who are not able to practice certain things. Even they will have a will and wish to attain
Absolutely.
yoga.
So as you were talking about, person who's lazy, who cannot do. So let me tell you one thing. Like there are people like, the para athletes who cannot move. They are on the wheelchair. Like I've been personally taking sessions for them monthly twice, like to Parabosha, Karnataka Paraboshas athletes they are. Now they cannot move, right? So what do we do for them? Practices like chanting, pranayama, guided meditation, certain relaxation techniques given to them. Then there are certain philosophical lectures which are being discussed with them, which helps them to, calm down, like, helps them to overcome their emotions. it increases their willpower, confidence. So see, we have to look into that aspect also. Na? Okay, today, for example, you say a lazy person. You have to push the lazy person to move something towards rajas. Yeah, if you're active the whole day with all n number of works and you're not getting time because your life is such, we are grahastas till the age of 15, so we are 50 years, sorry, not 15, 50, we are grahastas, right? So we have so many things to do. Okay, while doing that, do a nam japa. While taking your shower, do a japa. Oh, focus on your breath for some time, even 5 minutes a day. Do a lot of chanting. Bhakti yoga, you keep surrendering, you do all your actions, as we said, yoga karmasu kaushalam. So you're doing all your actions, right? And you surrender and you do those actions skillfully.
I think of this Dasapada when you mention, taking a shower, just chant. There's a verse that goes in Kannada like Narajanma bandaga nalige iruvaga Krishna ena varade.
Okay, so I'm getting goosebumps.
So very beautifully it is explained,
Okay.
Do something and chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna every minute, That's all is needed for being a yogic person.
That's what I'm telling you, that's all. You be good at heart, have that compassion, empathy, forgive people, forgive yourself, as we spoke earlier. And as we discuss all this and what you mentioned about right now, that all that is yoga, right? All that is yoga.
So the very intention of this conversation is to make the audience understand that let us not confine ourselves to physical activities, losing weight or gaining weight, or looking young or glamorous.
If you want that is the aspect, then you can go to gym, you can go for some other physical, not just yoga, right? You can, that can help you lose weight and everything, look good and all, building up muscles. That is an option for you all, but
yoga is something really beyond what we have just understood as. So, Priya, so if sand baths kept aside, somebody after watching this show would like to get into yoga. So, what are those simple things as a grihastha one can practice to attain yoga?
To attain yoga. So, when we are talking about, you've heard of Hatha Yoga, right? Hatha Yoga. Many people think, what is Hatha Yoga, this yoga? But let me tell you, to attain yoga, basically when you practice kriyas, asana, pranayama, pratyaharana, dharana, dharana is where concentration, one-pointedness, so a guided meditation. These all leads to liberation. How? I'll tell you. Now, Hatha Yoga is the path which ultimately its purpose is to lead you to Raja Yoga. So Raja Yoga is yoga of meditation. Okay, so you start meditating, you go inward, and I'll tell you one thing, going inward doesn't mean you'll be all the time peaceful. There will be too many things coming up. I don't know, I always I've experienced, and I would say even if you've heard of Ramana Mahashri, even when you go to Tiruvannamalai, if you see there in some of his photo frames and all, somewhere it is quoted with the prarabdha karmas, right? So when you are into this path, Hatha Yoga, you do your physical practice, you do your subtle practices, then you go into meditation, you go deeper, storm will hit you. Mentally, emotionally, a storm is going to hit you. Something or the other, they are your prarabdha, you become aware of it. And now how to balance your life, how to lead your life, in a proper way is where you will start seeking for. And that will ultimately lead you to the liberation, bondage in this material world. I will not say sannyas, you become a sannyasi or something. No, we have to cross the ashramas of our life. We have to live our life according to the 4 ashramas, which is very necessary. But that feeling of bliss in the present moment is also attaining yoga in the present moment can be achieved like this.
Thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah, I would like to make a small, I would like to share something with the viewers out there, a small thing which my guru always tells us, and I've personally learnt it from him. And it is a shloka from Bhagavad Gita 6.5. Dharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadyet Atmaivaya atmo bandhuhu Atmaiva ripuratmanaha.
What does
Okay.
it mean?
This means lift yourself by yourself.
Okay.
Okay, you lift yourself by yourself, that is, you uplift yourself knowing your mind, because your mind can be your friend, your best friend, and your worst enemy. It's ultimately the mind, right? So Shri Krishna says beautifully in Bhagavad Gita, shloka 6.5, chapter 6, verse 5, beautifully he says this: you need to rise above, you have to lift yourself above, you have to uplift yourself basically from the mind, the chaos of the mind.
Thank you so much for that deep conversation, Priya.
Yeah, it was very deep.
Yeah.
Hope people are able to digest it. I mean, it takes a lot.
Yes, maybe it takes time,
It
but
takes
people
a lot.
will digest
Yes,
it.
a lot of time.
So this was today's info at Honori with Priyanka Sheth. Hope you find this conversation helpful.